Hello there and welcome to another edition of Jamaica Magazine. It's Tuesday, the 2nd day of June. I'm your host, Adrian Atkinson. A special welcome to our viewers at home and abroad, and anyone joining us for the very first time. We have an informative show lined up just for you today, highlighting some of the initiatives and developments taking place right here at home. Stay with us. Jamaica Magazine continues right after this break.
Are you interested in buying land or property? Here are the steps you should follow. Step 1. Find out who is legally authorized to sell the property. Step 2. Ensure all property tax payments are up to date. Step 3. Consult an attorney at law who will guide you through the process and protect your interests. You can also use eLand Jamaica to check on matters pertaining to your property purchase. For more information, contact the National Land Agency at 876-750-5263 or 876-946-5263. Email asknla@nla.gov.jm or message us on WhatsApp at 876-418-5089. The National Land Agency. One agency, one goal to serve you better.
Good day, I'm Theodore Henry, and this is your JIS News for Tuesday, June 2, 2026. With the Office of the National Reconstruction and Resilience Authority, NARA, now established and a new head appointed, a time frame of 2 months has been given for the full operation of the unit. Chief Executive Officer, CEO Ambassador Anthony Anderson updated Prime Minister Andrew Holness yesterday on his first day in office.
As projects come on at different stages, as we move things along, we'll perhaps have to bring on additional people to manage different ones. And set up a space that reflects NARA. So it should be resilient. It should allow for collaboration around projects and programs. It should have an ability that you can monitor everything from one place, dashboards, that you can see what is going on.
The discussion also focused on building institutional knowledge and technical expertise within NARA, with a strong emphasis on training and leadership development. Dr. Holness says strengthening execution across all levels of the agency is important to ensure that systems are designed to support efficiency, speed, and clear implementation of priorities.
So NARA is moving very quickly. We are very happy to have Ambassador Anthony Anderson on board. He will lead the effort, but a part of his job as well will be to train, mentor, and guide new talent, because all of what we're trying to do is about building a new generation of Jamaican thought leaders, Jamaican executives, and Jamaican managers who will be able to handle at scale enterprise projects and deliver them with speed, efficiency, and effectiveness.
The major organized crime and anti-corruption agency, MOCA, has been lauded for its role in safeguarding the country against organized crime, corruption, and emerging digital threats. The commendation came from Minister of National Security and Peace, Dr. Horace Chang, who was speaking at the agency's rewards and recognition ceremony recently.
They have advanced the fight against money laundering and transnational organized criminal enterprise and disrupting narcotics and firearm trafficking network, which have been created significant damage to our society and remains an ever-present threat to the good order. At the same time, MOCA remains vigilant in identifying and monitoring emerging threats, ensuring that Jamaica is prepared to respond effectively within an increasingly sophisticated and rapidly evolving security environment.
Minister Chang also praised the collaborative effort behind the agency's work, recognizing investigators, intelligence analysts, forensic experts, legal officers, administrators, and technical personnel whose combined contributions support MOCA's operations.
Those awards are simple plaques or certificates. They are symbols of service, discipline, excellence, and integrity. They honor not only exceptional performance, but the character, commitment, and professionalism that define true public service.
Dr. Chang further reaffirmed the government's commitment to strengthening the legislative and institutional framework supporting the agency, including continued investment in its operational capacity and professional development. Jamaican institutions and scholars are set to benefit from a major international research initiative aimed at expanding knowledge of the transatlantic slave trade and its lasting impact. Approximately £450,000, or about 91 million Jamaican dollars, has been earmarked for projects in the Caribbean and West Africa. The Partnership for Atlantic Slavery Scholarship Archiving and Global Exchange Passage International Research Mobility Program, which is supported by a £1 million grant from the UK-based Lloyd's Register Foundation. The program, which was launched at the British High Commission in Kingston last Wednesday, seeks to strengthen research, archival access, and international collaboration on the history of transatlantic slavery. British High Commissioner to Jamaica, Alicia Herbert, says it's designed to ensure countries most affected by slavery play a leading role in interpreting and sharing that history.
The program supports new research into the history of transatlantic slavery through UK-based archival work and an international research mobility scheme for scholars and archivists in West Africa and the Caribbean. It places a strong emphasis on partnership and knowledge exchange, ensuring that researchers in regions most impacted by the legacies of slavery play a leading role in interpreting and sharing those histories.
The program will fund 15 projects across Jamaica, Barbados, Trinidad and Tobago, Ghana, and Cameroon. Project lead for Passage at the National Archives, Philippa Hellawell, says Jamaica's national institutions will play a key role in the initiative.
In Jamaica, the programme supports national institutions including the National Library of Jamaica and the Jamaican Archives and Records Department, who will both be undertaking large-scale digitisation of historical records related to transatlantic slavery. Alongside this, we are supporting students and faculty at the University of the West Indies, Mona, through fellowships, scholarships and bursaries.
Award-winning journalist Giovanni Dennis is the new Chief Executive Officer of the Jamaica Information Service. He took office on June 1 and was introduced to the leadership team by Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Education, Skills, Youth and Information, Dr. Kassan Troop. She says the government is expecting great things from his leadership, adding that the JIS has a well-trained team that is efficient and committed to achieving the goals of the agency.
You have the foundation set. Now what we want now is to take it to another level. And you have what it takes to get there. Your job as the leader is to inspire and to sustain an efficient machinery that is trusted, that can get the work done on time with quality.
In his address to the directors and managers, Mr. Dennis said he was pleased to return to the JIS, having worked at the agency briefly in 2016.
This is, for me, the biggest undertaking of my entire professional career. I will approach it as I approach every single undertaking, quite simply, with all my heart. I am ready for the job. I'm ready to work with the team.
In welcoming Mr. Dennis, Deputy CEO Celia Lindsay assured that the team was ready to support him as he took on his new role.
We're looking forward to working more, not necessarily harder, but smarter with you so that we will be able to accomplish our goals. It's a lot. It's quite a lot, but we're up to the task. And you do have a team that's ready to support you and to just run this leg, your leg of the race with you.
Schools and students most impacted by Hurricane Melissa are set to receive a boost in recovery support following a donation of $4.5 million worth of primary exit profile, PEP books, and educational robots. The aid is provided through a partnership between the National Education Trust, NET, and Cheetah Toys and more. The handover took place recently at the National Education Trust Canewood Center office in Kingston. Assistant Chief Education Officer Dr. Nadine Sims says the donation highlights the importance of collaboration in rebuilding the education sector.
Today is about much more than handing over educational resources. It is really about what can happen when people come together with shared purpose. It reflects kindness, partnership, and a strong commitment to helping our students and schools to move forward.
And finally, Jamaica and its CARICOM partners will be advocating for increased technical assistance and greater investment in labor institutions across the region. The call will be made at the 114th session of the International Labour Conference in Geneva, Switzerland, which will run from June 1 to 12. Minister of Labour and Social Security Colonel Charles Jr. is leading a delegation and is also tasked with coordinating CARICOM discussions on social dialogue and tripartism. Speaking ahead of the conference, Minister Charles Jr. said Jamaica's participation reflects the country's growing influence in regional and global labour policy discussions.
It's a very important forum, and it is an opportunity for us to underscore our commitment to advancing decent work, inclusive labor governance, social protection, and sustainable economic development.
During the conference, Minister Charles Jr. will participate in plenary sessions, regional meetings, and bilateral talks. These will focus on employment, labor migration, skills development, social protection, and the changing global labor market. The annual conference brings together governments, employers, and workers from the ILO's 187 member states to discuss issues shaping the future of work globally. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Theodore Henry. Thanks for watching.
Nutritious food, succulent dishes, superior workmanship, and excellent service. Jamaica is on the go. Let's grow what we eat and eat what we grow. Let's harness the indomitable spirit of our most valued resource, our people. Let's support our local businesses. After all, buying Jamaican means building Jamaica.
We never know when a disaster might happen, but you can rest assured that the Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management is equipped and ready to provide urgent information in any event.
Jamaica is no stranger to the powerful forces of nature. From hurricanes and floods to landslides, these natural disasters remind us of the importance of readiness.
So we have mainstreamed in our governance disaster preparedness and readiness as a means of building resilience against the climate change issues that affect small island developing states like Jamaica.
In terms of the National Disaster Risk Management Framework, it's actually one of the best, if not the best in the Americas.
We are in the best place we've ever been in our history in terms of our state of readiness.
When disaster strikes, all eyes turn to the Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management, ODPEM. In a crisis, effective and reliable communication is of utmost importance. That's why the government, through ODPEM, has forged a partnership with the Japan International Cooperation Agency, JICA, to strengthen the island's emergency communication system. The ODPEM-JICA collaboration aims to improve the emergency communication infrastructure in Jamaica by installing wireless communication systems and relevant equipment, thereby contributing to swift and robust communication between first responders and government offices to respond efficiently to emergencies or a disaster.
Decom management is Spanish Town Fire Station. This is the radio check. How do you read? Over.
We are putting in place the necessary infrastructure for us to respond to these disasters. We would have already put in place all the necessary radios in their various locations. The the Jamaica Fire Brigade, the police, every arm of government is equipped to communicate before and after. And this is a game changer for the people of Jamaica.
You don't want a system where you are relying on cell phones for communication. We saw what happened in Beryl, where a lot of the cell towers went, and there was communication blackout in some areas across the country. What you want to ensure is that there are redundancy to your communication, and our radar network gives us that kind of redundancy. In terms of the design, it is robust enough that allows us that if one of the nodes go down, we are still able to communicate across the country, and it gives us roughly probably 98% coverage across the island.
Changing from an analog to a digital system is not an easy feat. However, with the development of the Project Implementing Unit, the ODPEM is sure the DCOMs and Early Warning System EWANs will be effective in strengthening Jamaica's responsiveness. Coupled with the island's Early Warning System EWANs, the DCOMs are expected to effectively bolster Jamaica's responsiveness to natural disasters.
The objective of the project for the improvement of emergency communication system in Jamaica is to enhance Jamaica's public safety and our national emergency communication system. This national emergency communication system is critical for the coordination of emergency and incident response among our various government entities or key government responders. It will allow for emergency agencies to communicate via one common platform. We would have installed radio equipment to include mobile radios, base station radios, and handheld radios at a number of government entities to include the Jamaica Fire Brigade, the Jamaica Constabulary Force, the Ministry of Health, the local authorities, and a number of other entities island-wide. We would have installed early warning systems under the project across 2 parishes in 3 communities, namely Old Harbour Bay in St. Catherine and along the Bog Walk to Angels Corridor in St. Catherine, and also in Port Maria, St. Mary. This, with the installation of this early warning system, it will create that alertness that it is a multi-hazard system. So it will be able to alert residents, commuters, persons who utilize these areas, these urban centers, for example, Port Maria, about the pending hazards or threats that these communities will face.
This site is owned by Aerotel. They manage the telecommunication systems for Jamaica Civil Aviation Authority. Part of the benefit of co-locating at this site is that this site is designed for aeronautical purposes. So they have a very high standard, especially where power is concerned, and also for protection against lightning. And also provides quite a bit of redundancy just by virtue of its location. However, our system is designed to run entirely on a battery system, and pretty much we have our systems charged by their power. Should a case happen where we lose power, whether from GPS or their power system, our battery system will allow us to have service for up to 5 days. This site here in Coopers Hill provides coverage for the entire corporate area. So all of the radios in this area will be connected to this repeater site here at Coopers Hill, and that's another advantage that we have at this location.
The DCOM system will also help several stakeholders within the National Disaster Risk Management structure to mobilize and mitigate crises.
During the implementation phase of the project of the DCOM system, firefighters were basically embedded with a team of engineers that came down from Japan to install the equipment across the island. DCOM system that is now at ADPEM is manned by firefighters. So that's the rock and the knock, as is referred to. It's currently manned by firefighters, and these firefighters will remain at ADPEM, manning the system for as long as it's necessary. What we have done with this system is to make it a part of our daily communications. Once we're out in the field conducting, whether it's rescue or conducting firefighting operations, then the team members can communicate back to Central in terms of giving updates, live updates as to what is happening. If there is need for additional resources, that can be communicated in a reliable way, unlike what we have now.
We're able to introduce it as part of the communication platform during burial, and we were able to see some results. So it's a good thing.
The DCOM system is here to build resilience, plan for natural disasters, activate response efforts, and mitigate the impacts of disasters while maintaining an active and reliable communication channel.
While we have seen a reduction in terms of the damage being done to hydrants, we still continue to see situations where persons they continue to abuse the hydrants. And so we want to encourage persons not to abuse the hydrants, to make sure that they protect them. If they're on your street, and if you're in doubt whether or not they're working, you need to contact us so we can come and do a test of that hydrant to make sure that it's properly working.
For hydrant maintenance concerns, contact the Jamaica Fire Brigade nearest you or call 876-878-4642, 876-858-0459, or 876-276-6671.
The Ministry of Finance and the Public Service, working with the Ministry of Local Government and Community Development, recently brought together representatives from municipal corporations and procurement teams for a 2-day training session aimed at strengthening how public business is done. Here are the highlights.
Today is going to be a full day. We have a very, very packed, intense, yet joyful, enjoyable day.
Today's session will cover key areas of procurement planning and evaluation, 2 pillars of public procurement which are essential to achieving value for money, fairness, transparency, and I encourage you to engage actively, ask questions, and share your experiences as peers learning in one space. Minister Mackenzie has consistently emphasized accountability, service delivery, and responsible management of public resources, principles that align directly with the objectives of this training exercise.
I don't know how many of you understand and recognize the critical role of local government in Jamaica's democracy. Local government is the first form of contact with the people. And if a lot of you didn't know, local government was the first government when the world started to develop government system. But here in Jamaica, we are afraid of changes, and that is evident in the local government system. So the procurement rules, colleagues, should not be compromised because of any pressure. And I want to say this to all of you. You are the ones, when things don't go right, that have to stand up and be counted. So therefore, what it means is that you must ensure that what you are doing is something that can stand the test of time. At the end of the day, colleagues, you must be able to defend your actions as best as you can. And one of the things that you should never compromise is your integrity. Efficiency comes with a price. And it's not everybody's going to like you for the decisions that you make. And there are some of us who want to get it done right now. But you also have to understand that if you get it done right now, but you get it done the wrong way, there are consequences that you can face. Well, if you look at the recent findings of the Auditor General, that speaks to the question of the reports. 96. Ask yourselves the question, what was happening before? Why is it that a critical component of reporting is outstanding to the extent that the Auditor General found it necessary to raise those concerns? And I want to commend those MCs who have started the process to reduce the backlog. A lot of work have been going on. But outside of the challenges that the Auditor General has found, the Auditor General also have said that tremendous strides have been made to improve on what we are doing.
We are particularly pleased to see, the strong showing of representatives from municipal corporations here today.
One word to describe today's event: informative,
timely,
interactive,
awesome.
What's really inside your child's drink? Let's count it out. A 600 milliliter soda can contain 15 to 20 teaspoons of sugar, but the recommended daily allowance for children ages 2 to 18 is less than 6 teaspoons. And that 450 milliliter box drink, it can contain 12 to 15 teaspoons of sugar. Children under 2 should have no added sugar at all. So instead of reaching for sugary drinks, encourage your children to drink water, because when you know what's in the drink, making healthier choices is easy.
As we close out today's edition of Jamaica Magazine, remember to always believe in yourself, even when no one else does. Do join us again tomorrow for another informative show. In the meantime, we're inviting you to visit our website at jis.gov.jm for more news you can use. On behalf of the entire production team here at the JIS, I'm Adrian Atkinson. Stay safe.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.